live our
by listening with the intent to understand what is being said and acknowledging that what is said is important to the speaker.
We live our code of values by responding in a timely fashion.
Mindy?
I don't have it up.
Oh, we live our code of values by speaking calmly and respectfully without profanity or sarcasm. Wayne?
We live our code of values by acknowledging everyone as right from their own perspective.
We live our code of values by making only agreements we are willing, able, and intend to keep.
We live our code of values by communicating any potentially broken agreements at the first appropriate opportunity to all parties concerned.
We live our code of values by looking to the system for correction and proposing all possible solutions if something is not working.
We live our code of values by operating in a responsible manner above the line.
We live our code of values by communicating honestly and with purpose.
We live our code of values by asking clarifying questions if we disagree or do not understand.
We live our code of values by never saying anything about anyone we would not say to him or her.
And we live our code of values by continuously striving to maximize internal and external customer loyalty.
We live our code of values by making our best efforts to understand and appreciate customers' needs in every situation.
We live our code of values by having fun in the process.
Alrighty. Did we have someone else join us? Did I see? Maybe?
I'm on. I think that might be me.
Oh, you popped up. Okay.
I just signed in.
We possibly messed everyone up with the time change and the day, but we'll go ahead and let you guys know what we've prepared. And if you have questions, we will be happy to answer them. So just a little overview. So we're just going to go over our work order, our numbers from the past 2 weeks, and then our invoicing requirements. Just a reminder that there's a COC, and that stands for Certificate of Completion, and that's the Lowe's program version. Remember in our shower design guide book, we put one in there, and the verbiage we did take from the Lowe's, we're trying to get that all still approved, so that one doesn't necessarily count currently. So the one that they need to sign is this one. It looks like this, and it comes from Lowe's. With each work order, they should be attached in Corrigo. If you don't have it, send me the note, and I'll send it over to you. Our new system. I'm not sure how to mute that. Can y'all hear that phone ringing?
Oh, it came to me now.
Sorry. I'm not sure how to turn that off. Anyway, let's see. Sorry. So, how can I turn it off, Clayton? Do you know?
You'll probably have to wait till it stops.
Pick it off and put it back and hang it back again, maybe.
Well, it's ringing on my computer. We have these new phone systems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So trying to figure it out. It'll be ringing to my cell phone here in a second, but it's on silent. So the certificate of completion. This is a generic one, so you can print it off, put it in the installer's truck, or have copies of it. This is important. The invoice, we can't process it, send their invoice to Lowe's until we have this customer sign-off sheet. Now, with that being said, there are times when the customer is not there and they don't sign it. Rather than having to go back and make trips, because we don't want that to waste your time, unless it's like really close or you have to go back anyway, you can get the customer's email, call them, and ask them to sign it that way. If you don't think the customer, if you can't get a hold of the customer to find a time to go meet up with them, please just make those notes in Corrigo, because we have had instances where the customer just had left or wasn't home or went on vacation out of the country, and so we just let Lowe's know that, and then they'll call, and so then we can push the invoice through, because they're not going to pay until we have this. So here's a little graph. I'm going to let Clayton talk about that.
So with this, you can kind of look at the trend of just the total number of work orders that have been coming through, and on the far left of the graph is the start of the program, and the far right is right now, and it's kind of broken up into 2-week increments to show kind of between meetings, between our bi-weekly meetings, how the change in number of legacy and PSI work orders has changed, and this last period has been the highest number we've seen so far. I think it's somewhere around, it's between 40 and yes. And so we see that it's really picking up, and we're getting a lot more invoicing going through now, and people getting paid, and we've even seen some of our locations who haven't seen much work have seen legacy and PSI work orders between this meeting and the last one, and so it's really picking up, and even the Lowe's associates that we've talked to on our end have been really excited and really anxious to get more work orders, even in the locations that we haven't rolled out to. And so that it's exciting hearing from Lowe's stores that aren't even in the program yet calling us wanting to do work with us. So I just wanted to kind of show that so we can see a trend between our meetings.
Let's see here. So during the last 2 weeks, Wayne, we sent you guys a PSI job. So that job was sold. So that's good for Freddie Jones. And then you guys got a legacy job also. So here's my work order sheet. Who's getting what from what store? So
Yeah, the legacy was a bypass flower shower. So we quoted it.
and that's totally fine. That's good. So we still are waiting to get some work orders for you guys, Wendy. We haven't got any in yet. Have you guys had a chance to go by the stores and speak with them individually? Stores?
We've been up to the one in LJ, which we don't own LJ, the territory, but we agreed to service it. It's like 90 minutes away.
Okay.
We had made an appointment with the lady. When Tim got up there, the lady no longer was employed with Lowe's, and nobody bothered to call him. And so they found him somebody to meet with, which I guess is okay. But they just went and picked somebody to talk with them. And there is no whatever in Rome at all. And so Tim keeps calling that Larry guy, and Cartersville won't call back. We have not met with either one of them. Have reached out. Tim keeps reaching out to them. No contact with either one of them. So we don't even know who to meet with in Rome because there's nobody, there's no contact for us for Rome. And actually, we live in Rome, so that's kind of lucky.
Yeah.
And Larry's the guy that's in charge of it, and he won't respond with who he should be meeting with either. So.
Okay. Will you copy the mail? Hold on. Email Lowe's at mail.glassdoctorka.com. That goes to Clayton and myself. And if it's Lowe's.
Okay.
Lowe's at mail.
Okay.
Glass doctor, and doctor is spelled out. And it's K as in accounts.com. Yeah. And any of those that you're talking with them, if you'll because that's important information. Because if you guys are driving over 90, minutes to a store to meet with someone that's no longer employed there, and no one told you, like, that's information that we need to tell our contact. Because that's not good. We understand that things like that happen, but it's good to know that kind of information. Okay. So I also was going to show you guys on our screen here. You guys are having like a little one-on-one. So have you guys been able to log in with Corrigo, or had any trouble or any questions with any of that?
I haven't needed to try.
Okay. Okay.
And I've not gotten an email that I needed to do it. I mean, I haven't gotten
Okay.
any work orders.
Well, hopefully we can change that really soon. I sure hope so.
We are.
Wayne, do you guys have any questions or anything?
Not that I'm aware of. I did get to visit. I visited 5 stores so far. We might get one done this week. Also have a person making phone calls to all of the stores to collect the plumbing people, the plumbing spots names, and I'll get those added onto my sheet. I just emailed you 4 sheets today. 2 sheets showing all my stores that are released with the names, addresses, and some of the plumbing people that I already have, but I'll finish filling that out next week.
Okay.
Then I sent you a page that shows my action items for the stores I visited, the dates I visited, and
That's
what
awesome.
happened.
That's wonderful. Wendy, if you guys can send us updates, we're still working to collect all those. Lowe's, our contact, is wanting to have an update on what stores have been visited and whatnot. So if you've tried, or if you like that one store where you guys did connect, but then you were kind of set up there, if you'll let me know, then we can add that into our notes.
Okay.
And that brings up a good point, Wayne. Meeting with the plumbing departments is almost as important as meeting with the PSIs, not because we want more legacy work orders, but because some of the legacy work orders we have been getting have been type 1 program jobs, which is not in our program, and the way to eliminate the number of those that we receive is visiting with the plumbing department and visiting with them and giving them materials, and we've provided some materials to leave with them so that they can kind of have a general overview of the program, as well as kind of with the laminated sheet they can give customers that are wanting an estimate an idea of how much they're going to be spending. That way there's going to be fewer customers who are surprised when you go out and say, oh, this shower is going to cost $1,800, and they decide, oh, well, that's way too much.
That's what I've done. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
You gave us a book to give to the plumbing department. I give them the book. I give them the sheet, laminated sheet. I go over the whole thing with them. I go through the book, teach them how to use it.
that's good. That's good.
Now, on that one slider that wasn't in the book, Wayne, you guys did put that 25% on it, right? The markup?
Yes, we did.
Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure. All right. Well, that's all we have to discuss really today. Do you guys have any particular questions that you want to ask?
Well, actually, Kelly, there's more than 25%. We do 25% for that, but you also wanted what the 3% corporate
Yes, that's correct.
and a $35 measure. Yeah, 3% plus a $35 measure fee.
Yep, that's exactly right. Thank
So
you.
all that gets added on.
Yes. That is definitely
Yeah,
correct.
we do that.
Have either of you experienced questions that you maybe didn't have good information on or couldn't answer? Because we have been getting a lot of questions from Lowe's associates about their own system, which is hard for us to answer because we don't have access to that system. But has there been questions that maybe you haven't had sufficient information to answer?
I met with one PSI who indicated that when they all met after we made our presentation, there was a lot of discussion about the problem in their group by themselves. We didn't go into details. It sounds like he had it resolved, but he just said there was a lot of confusion and a lot of discussion. That's when we had about, I think it was 12 or 14 people in the meeting. I didn't attend that meeting because I was on vacation, but my manager handled it, did a good job, and I think they got all the questions answered at that point.
That's good. That's good.
But, it's like anything. It's going to take time for everybody to understand the whole process and get the whole thing pumped again. So we're
Right.
just going to continue to try to keep contact with the people in the stores. But we can help them and assist them and so on. So right now, I'm
Definitely.
just trying to get the names of all of the plumbing department people so I can make sure I get them a book and the laminated sheet.
sounds like you guys are on the right track, and you definitely are understand the program, and you see the value of it also. And we're excited that the work orders are picking up, and we're definitely staying busy here at the corporate office. So we hope that we get more so we can stay even busier. But I think, Clayton, do you have anything else? Short and sweet meeting here. We just wanted to go over the numbers and show you guys, and then talk about that COC, the sign-off sheet. We are doing the rollout, the process to do the next wave or the next phase. If you got emails on that from your FC, that means that you are in one of the markets that we're proposing. So if you'll go over those emails, I believe, Wayne, that you had some stores. Now, if you guys have Lowe's stores near you and you want us to look at, if those markets, what all stores are included in there, and if you can cover those, then I definitely will do that. We're in the beginning phase of that.
One thing I did think of is for work orders, if you receive cardinal confirmations for your shipments, attach those to your work orders on Corrigo, because they don't always remember at Cardinal to send them to us as well. And so if you receive one, try and remember to attach that to the work order.
You want the Cardinal invoice or Cardinal packet split? What did you say?
The invoice.
Cardinal invoice. Okay.
Because we use those to make sure and keep Cardinal accountable on the 7% break that they have agreed to give us on the program.
Okay.
So we want to make sure and go back and be able to say, it's hard because they don't make it a line item, but at the same time we can go back and say, hey, you've charged us way more than you have said, and we've experienced that on one work order so far. So I just want to be able to make sure that they're doing that.
Okay.
I don't have anything else, Kelly, if you don't.
Yeah.
Can you guys?
Kelly,
Can you guys
they're
send
not
me?
all nation. Oh, go ahead, wait.
I was just gonna ask you guys to send me about $6 more.
Okay.
I'd like a few more bucks. I need a couple in my shop, and then I need to have enough to pass out. So I'm gonna be a couple short, but just send me, 4 or 6 books would be great.
Okay, I'll see if we have any of the printed ones that are bound, like the second wave that we sent. If not, they'll be like
Yeah, one's a good book. I mean, the new book, the nice book, the laminate book is a great book.
Okay.
Great sales tool.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Yes, we'll let you know when we find out if we can get those printed again or what. I know we were short a few of them, so I'll definitely ask them on that.
Okay.
Did you have a
Well,
question?
you're gonna need to print some for the new release. Again, I'm still in my market anyway, right?
Exactly.
You might as well go ahead and make that run. Make it now.
Well, if we print all of them at the same time, we can get a bigger discount. We were able to work out a deal with Axiom because of the number we were printing last time, and so if we make it 2 separate orders, we're not gonna see a discount. We're gonna have to pass a lot more of it onto you.
When are you gonna make the next run?
That
So you'll get close to making the next release.
we haven't decided that yet.
Yeah, we have to we're still waiting for approval on the markets. So we're like at the beginning of it. So last time we were at the beginning of the phase in like the end of December, beginning of January, and we rolled out March 15th. So it takes a little bit of time, but if we can check on prices for them, we can see. If not, then we can print off the other ones. Yeah, the bound ones are really nice. It's a good book. But I'll have to ask Mike. He'll be back in the office next week. He's out visiting vendors.
Okay. Well, I'm okay for the next couple of weeks, but at some point I'm gonna want to have people
Yeah.
look.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you have a question, Wendy?
Yeah, I was just curious about Chattanooga market. We own Chattanooga, and I was just kind of curious about that market.
Okay, let me look into that for you and see. Here, I can do it right now.
What's the other one?
Okay, we are going to look for. Okay, so here's the market for Chattanooga. Looks like we don't have anyone for Athens, Tennessee.
Yeah, but when are we gonna roll it? When are you gonna roll it out?
Well, we could propose it for this one. If are you guys close to Dayton or Lafayette?
I go to Dayton once in a while. I don't know where. I'd have to look that one. I have no idea where that one is. And obviously Knoxville's Knoxville. Kimball, I'm not sure what Kimball is. I don't. Dalton, Georgia. Okay, Dalton. Yeah, it's kind of curious that we didn't do Dalton, Georgia. Why are we going all the way to LJ and not going to Dalton?
Well, it just depends on the lows. This is the market. Remember their market. This is their market 867. How they have these stores divided out.
Yeah, because we own Dalton's and actually in my territory, but yet I have to go all the way up past Dalton to go to LJ. It's like okay.
The last rollout we had that happened, and so we had two franchisees just agree in writing that they were going to switch for.
Dalton's like 40 minutes away, but I have to drive 90 minutes. That makes no sense. And Dalton's actually one of my stores because we own Whitfield County. But that's okay. I was just kind of curious more than anything. So.
I can send this over to you if I can get
right,
my
sounds good.
I could write, and then you can look at them and tell me if you're close or not.
That one I don't even know where that is. So yeah, I'd have to look it up. But I will. I'll look into it. I'll let you know.
Okay, and then if it's something that we want to propose, then we can send it over to Lowe's too.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you. 100% coverage, of course. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, you guys have a great rest of the day, a good weekend, and Wayne, y'all, I hope you'll have a great turnout for your picnic. You should send us some pictures.
Yeah, we just we count on it.
All right. Well, thank you.
Good weekend, guys. Have a good weekend.
We'll
Bye-bye.
see you guys next week.
Take care,
Bye.
All right, bye.